Have you ever wondered what would happen if everyone suddenly got a pay raise? It sounds great, right? This is the basic idea behind increasing the minimum wage. However, the debate over raising the minimum wage is complex. Some argue that it helps workers afford necessities, while others believe it could lead to job losses and economic struggles. Let's explore both sides of the argument. The minimum wage was first introduced in the United States through the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938. At that time, it was set at 25 cents per hour. The goal was to make sure workers earned enough to meet basic needs and to reduce poverty. Over the years, the minimum wage has increased, but it has not always kept up with inflation. The federal minimum wage has remained at $7.25 per hour since 2009. Even though the cost of living has continued to rise. One of the main arguments for raising the minimum wage is that it could help lift millions of workers out of poverty. Many full-time workers still struggle to afford housing, food, and healthcare because their wages are too low. If wages increased, they could better support themselves and their families. When low-wage workers earn more money, they tend to spend it immediately on necessities. This increased spending helps local businesses and stimulates economic growth. More money flowing through the economy can lead to higher demand for goods and services, potentially creating more jobs. Higher wages can lead to increased productivity. Workers who earn a fair wage are often more motivated and perform better at their jobs. Critics argue that increasing the minimum wage could result in job losses. If businesses have to pay workers more, they might not be able to afford as many employees. Some small businesses could struggle to keep up with the higher labor costs, and may have to reduce their workforce or even shut down. Some fear that raising wages will lead to higher prices for goods and services. Businesses might pass the increased labor costs on to consumers by charging more. If prices rise too much, it could reduce the purchasing power of higher wages, canceling out the benefits for workers. Another concern is that businesses may invest in automation to replace workers if wages become too expensive. For example, fast food restaurants have started using self-service kiosks instead of cashiers. Seattle was one of the first major cities to raise its minimum wage to $15 per hour. Some studies found that workers earned more without significant job losses. However, other research suggested that some businesses reduced worker hours to offset higher labor costs. Additionally, Seattle's strong economy made it difficult to determine whether the wage increase alone was responsible for the changes. The United Kingdom has a different system for setting minimum wages. They use a tiered approach, meaning workers of different ages have different minimum wage levels. Studies have shown that their wage increases have not caused major job losses. However, their economic structure differs from the United States, so the effects of a higher minimum wage might not be the same in both countries. The debate over raising the minimum wage is complicated. While increasing wages could help reduce poverty and boost the economy, it could also lead to job losses and higher prices. One possible solution is to gradually increase the minimum wage instead of making a sudden jump. Another approach is to have different minimum wages based on regions, since the cost of living varies in different areas. Economists study the effects of minimum wage changes to understand their impact. Some studies find that increasing the minimum wage reduces job opportunities for low-skilled workers, while others show that it helps workers without causing major job losses. Since the economy is always changing, ongoing research is necessary to make informed decisions. Raising the minimum wage is a complex issue with strong arguments on both sides. While it could improve the lives of low-wage workers, it also presents challenges for businesses and employment. The key is finding a balanced approach that benefits workers without harming the economy. By understanding both perspectives, we can engage in meaningful discussions about wage policies and their impact on society.